What up, world? This is the Tankhead Moe Show. I'm your host, Tankhead Moe. Some men fight for money, some fight for pride, but this man fight for respect. A man who doesn't need gloves to make a statement. Bare knuckle beast, real fighter, real pain, real talk. Family, help me welcome in the one and only TheHitman187 Elmore.
What's going on? What's going on?
Hey, man. It's an honor to have you here, sir.
Thank you. It's an honor to be here, my brother.
Yeah, man. I saw some of your fights, man. Wow.
Have fun.
Oh, man. Wow, man. Like, and something like that. What is your walkout song? If I want to say it, what's your walkout song if your mom picked it for you? Like, what would that be like?
You know, my first walkout song for my title was Mama Said Knock You Out, because it was the first time my stepmom and my mom ever hugged each other sitting at a VIP table coming to support me, because I had left everything behind at home to start this. But now I actually rap my own walkout song. During that time, I met a guy named Jay Killer from Elite Empire, Montgomery, Alabama. He raps my walkout song, so I walk out to TheHitman187. It's my own voice, my own hype, my own energy every time now.
Yeah. That's what's up, man. Who smell worse, boxers or MMA fighters after training?
Do what now? Ask it again.
I said, who smell worse, boxers or MMA fighters after training?
So boxers sometimes like keep the same socks on and have weird traditions. So I say their equipment stinks a lot worse. I feel like MMA fighters know we're gonna be rolling on top of each other and hugging, so we have a little bit more hygiene behind that.
Right. Oh man, like, how do you calm your nerves before a fight? Like, what are some things you do before a fight to calm your nerves?
Honestly, fighting is what calms my nerves. I always say, man, I'm the type of person, I live fast. I have ADHD, overactive adrenaline glands. So the world to me, y'all are moving slow. So when I get into a fight, that's the time like when Beethoven plays the piano. For me, I can take a deep breath. Time just goes, and I hear the world around me echoing. My feeling goes away, and I can just start thinking about it. Makes me sweat. So yeah, that is my nerves going away. I enjoy it, and when you see me fight, man, I think that's what it's my therapy too, man. Fighting is my life. It's changed my life. It's let me provide for my wife. So
right.
Most people get nervous before, and I talk to fighters about it, but I just say, if you love what you do and you're blessed to be able to do what you're doing, there's no nerves. I'm blessed to be out there, so I'm always nervous waiting on my next fight. It's not the fight that makes me nervous. My nerves are like now, like, when are they going to call me? Well, who am I going to fight next? How much money am I going to make? Am I going to fight 3 times this year, 10 times this year, 2 times this year, 1? Yeah, that's the nerves that I hate the most.
Right, man. That's like that's to me. Watching your style of fight is the hardest fight I ever seen. Like, it's to me, even boxing with gloves don't seem as hard as bare knuckle. You know, it's bare knuckle. Just I don't think I can take too many of those hits from a bare knuckle. I'm running off the stage. Out of the ring.
Well, for me, the hardest fight I ever had was life. So for bare knuckle, like I said, it's a therapy to me. Like I feel like I come from a place where so many people are so different. When I'm in there fighting, it's a chance where whether you love me or you hate me, and it's not hate, it's them loving the other person more than me. Right. They were their fan. I get to make them feel something.
Right.
Excitement, energy, life. So I get consumed by that. Yeah, man, I love big feelings, whether it's disappointment or excitement. I don't feel like in life someone can ever say, I've had the best day of my life till you've had the worst day of your life, right? What if every day was the best day of your life? Would you ever be excited about anything? And fighting's that moment. And I'm either going to cry and feel like losing. And honestly, for me, I lose really easy. My wife hates it more. The people that love me, I don't like to disappoint when I love. So that goes into my fight style too. Yeah, I feel nothing out there. As long as y'all are cheering for me or against me, I'm invincible. I'm just, the fight's not over till the bell rings and the zebra stops the line.
Yeah, I was watching one. Like, when your hands start bleeding, like in mid-fight, what keeps you going? Like, because I've seen, like, bloody hands and...
My wife's in my corner.
Okay.
My grandma supports me. My dad supports me. My son supports me. My family supports me. The owner of the company supports me. Like I said, man, there's nothing else in the whole world that can make people feel that. And a lot of times people that knew me when we grew up and seen the life I came from and how much I've changed my life, how much somebody from a place as small and as little, no matter where you come from, can make something and be someplace so big in life.
Right.
When you're out there watching me get whooped, you're like, how's this dude still standing sometimes? I'm fighting some of the best guys in the world. Well, in life, maybe you can apply that to just everyday life, having a hard time at work. And at least you can look at me and go, man, at least I'm not getting punched in the face like Joe right now. And I'm over here licking blood off my face and enjoying the moment. And yeah, I think that's what it's about. So
right. I think that's scary all in itself. Like, to even fight a fighter and you see blood all on them and they still going. I'm like, hold up now. I might tap out. I'll be whooping you and I see you still going and bleeding. I'm like, nah, it's over for me.
That's how I feel about pediatricians and teachers. Like, my wife's a first grade teacher. I could never sit in a classroom with 25 7-year-olds. Now, I could play with them for 25 minutes and we can all get on my wife's nerve the same way. But there's a lot of things in life that's really, really hard and that people can't do. And that's what I enjoy, is doing something people look at you and go, man, why do you do that? You're crazy. And it's just, I get to be different. I'm never looked at as normal or... Yeah, it's always just a conversation created being myself, so I love it.
Right. What is one thing people don't understand about the bare knuckle game?
It's everything, dude. It's different because boxing with gloves, I'm a huge Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, dude, I fought Dan Gables. He was a great wrestler. I have such amazing martial arts. Bruce Lee, don't be the glass, be the water.
Right.
Tall guy, short guy. We all have martial art different. With bare knuckle, you can clinch. It's if I crack you as hard as you can, I'll turn my forehead, and that'll break a guy's good jab hand. A guy with a really, really great jab, I can elbow block, and it'll crack his hands. In Muay Thai, guys condition their shin. In bare knuckle, if you high blocking, and doing a lot of Philly shell stuff doesn't work, because I can hit you in the arm the same way you deaden somebody's leg with a Muay Thai kick. I'll just throw the knuckles on that part of your arm right here, and dude, you can't even close your hand anymore. So the strategy of it, plus the viciousness. Some people, dude, my dad was one of the strongest men in the world, but he passed out when they were drawn. He tells this story and everybody laughs. When my mom got her blood drawn with me for when she was pregnant with me, my dad passed out and the doctor was laughing like, dang, she's the one pregnant, dude, come on.
Right.
Some people can't stand it. For me, it's I love it. Yeah, man, it's different and fun and yeah, I love it,
man. Like, what would if your hands could talk, what would it say before a fight? Like,
bam, bam, pow, motherfucker. Because excuse me, but yeah, man, my knuckles. I mean, dude, look at them. God, they got fingers. I got knuckles, but knuckles. I don't know. They would say, do this for your wife, do this for your family. God, please help me. And in true honesty, it's joking. I have so much fun with it, but man, God's changed my life so much. Right. My wife, He's allowed my hands to be my everything, dude. Right. Yeah, it's my voice. It gives, without these, I have no voice. So I feel like everything I say, my knuckles have said for me. I wouldn't be here without them, even talking to you, or I wouldn't have an audience, and it would be something different. I would always find a purpose in life. But yeah, man, these have done all my talk, and they've given me a platform to be able to help people, help myself, and yeah, that's what they'd say. Thank God. Thank you.
Thank God. That's right. Thank God. You ever met a fighter that's tough online but other than real life.
Sorry. Oh, dude. It's Twitter. The Twitter fingers. What are the kids calling me? I laugh at them. I've got so many opportunities where guys, punch you in the face. They want my attention, or they just want to say something, or one of my biggest things I worked on last year, my New Year's resolution, whatever, was my prayer was, I've always said, my grandma said, don't pray to God for patience, because if you do, he ain't going to give you patience, he's going to give you something to teach you patience.
Right.
But I used to be aggravated with the Atlanta traffic, even on the way here. You told me not to rush, right? And I don't. I get in that lane. I put on some really nice music. Ice Cube, It's Gonna Be a Good Day. I have like my different kind of cool swaggy stuff I listen to. And I don't get aggravated because that guy that cut me off is finna be late for work and he's fired if he gets late. And I always try to, in my head, relate to something like that. And even when I fight, I put on a big fan for the show, and I really mean what I'm gonna say. I'm gonna viciously hurt that man because he signed a contract. But there could be my friend or my brother, and guarantee after we share that blood, they will be. So. Yeah.
Right. You could end up like me on 17th Street, riding behind an old person and cussing them out. But boy, if I had a truck, I'd run them over, and it end up
Till
being
it's your grandma.
Yeah, and it end up being your real mama. You know, you call
your
on the
grandma,
phone.
your auntie.
Yeah.
You was behind your friend's auntie that you've been calling auntie your whole life, and you was cussing her out. And,
Right.
Yeah. You never know.
Yeah. Could be that. And it was my real mama.
Some
idiot behind me blowing
texting you while you're still cussing. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, I've been in that. Who's the best trash talker in bare knuckle besides you, of course?
I mean, Conor McGregor's an owner. He's the best. He's the most best trash talking owner. Mike Perry, he's the king of violence. We've been on a couple cars together. I love him. He's a wonderful personality. Yeah, dude. Other than me, I think Mike Perry. That's why he is the king of violence. He's a big personality. He's really carried this company through a lot of violence and put us in some cool positions that I don't think without him we would be in any size. So yeah, Mike Perry.
Yeah, right. If someone made a movie about your life, who would play you?
Oh, man, I had to pull the Sylvester Stallone and play me and at least look back. And I don't know, this new generation, they would have to I'd have to find a sad puppy from somewhere else because I don't know if they make them like me. Ooh, that'd be hard. Let me think. God, I'm not into acting. Jake Gyllenhaal did a good job in that movie, but he's too soft for me. I'm always like, I'm a Vin Diesel. See, these guys, if they were younger, the young Vin Diesel or, oh my God, who's the British guy that's always tough and falls out?
That's who I'm thinking.
It'd have to be the young version of one of them guys.
Yeah. Because he's
Statham. Yeah, Statham.
Yeah, I can see him.
Statham, the young Statham, is the only person that could play me.
I can see him playing.
And my wife, I think my wife has actually said that.
Yeah.
Jason Statham. There you go. Jason Statham. I'm sorry, you're one of my favorites. I remember your name next time.
I definitely can see him playing you, and y'all kind of favor.
Yeah.
Same body style.
I get that a lot. Yeah. No neck, same thick head. If I fell from a helicopter, I'd get up and keep going somewhere. The Jason Statham, John Wick.
Yeah. So when a crowd chanting your name, what's going through your mind? Like, what is that like, man?
It's actually in my rap song. It's one of my favorite things. I remember, all jokes aside, you grow up sometimes and you get bullied, or you could be even sometimes the guy that everybody loves has the least amount of confidence. And when I'm fighting and there's a war going on and I'm hearing my wife and all my fans and I'm remembering that the only reason I'm doing this is because of them, it's powerful. It's like an energy of love. And it's what stops time. We can't buy time. You can't buy love, not genuine love. And when I hear that, again, whether it's them hating me and the people cheering and getting in fights with the refs over me losing, when I hear that love right there, that's why I don't feel pain. And it's like I said, it's just the closest feeling I've ever had to that bell ringing and that victory and that crowd noise is when my son was born and I cut the umbilical cord, time stopped. When I jumped out the airplane for the first time, and every time I look and there's 10, 20,000 people in an arena screaming for or against me. It's undescribably amazing. And again, it's a blessing. God provides such a great moment that some people never get to experience, and I get to give it to you.
Right.
But yeah, it's amazing to feel that energy and all that true love after all this time.
Right, right. So how do you feel about rap?
About what?
Rap.
Oh, rap! Oh man, it's my energy, dude. I grew up Bone Thugs and Harmony, Eazy-E, Dr. Dre, Redman, Method Man, East Coast, West Coast, Under 99. I mean, God, Master
No Limit,
P,
Soul,
No Limit.
yeah.
The energy of hip hop for me.
Right.
My mom, I'm a Hoosier hillbilly,
Right.
so soul, rap, hip hop, poetry. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many quaking curious volumes forgotten. Lord Edgar Allan Poe. That. So for me, rap is poetry. It is an expression of violence and anger and love and humanity and pain all at once. And fighting and rap go hand in hand to me. Honestly, I wanted to be a rapper at one time. I got Dirty South tatted on my stomach. I had Dirty South beats. I've made my own beats. I've got 3 or 4 rap songs. But I'm a lot better fighter than I was a rapper. A lot of my friends, I was just in that culture. And but I love it. This just another big part of my life, and something I love.
Yeah. So, and tell me something about your song.
It is me. Bare knuckle blood gushing, body crushing, concussions, jaws breaking, steady swinging, and adrenaline rushing. Put your hands up, because all that talking don't mean nothing in the streets. They don't want it. That's a different discussion. It's poetry. It's about my life. It's what people think about me. It's who I am. A lot full of cars way down the road, because they know what goes on at the Joe Show. I put on a show. It's a show for you. Like I said when I was in London, I love you. Boy, I love you guys. I love all of you so much for loving me or hating me. If you get on and you argue with me on my social media, if you agree with me on my social media, you're giving attention to something I love and helping me provide for my family and helping me learn too. I'm not always right. I do a lot of emotional, crazy stuff for a show, and I hurt people's feelings, and I help people. And again, man, I just get to be blessed doing this, and bare knuckles giving it all to me.
Right, right. That's real talk, man. Like you say you're not always right. Well, you probably not always right online, but in person you is, because you're a bare knuckle fighter. They be like, what you
I don't take advantage of that. My wife is shorter than me, Sicilian, and she would win. So I've learned that only gets you so far, no matter how good you can fight.
It makes a difference. Like, you'd be like, what you say? I said, now you want me to go where now? All right, I'm going over there. But yeah, like, what's the hardest part of training camp for you?
Training camp. Yeah. No, I actually, it used to be the diet, but now as time has passed, being the most efficient jet-fueled machine I can be, the diet has become the easiest part. I actually love it. It's reversed my age. It's made me look younger, be healthier. The hardest part is time away from my family, time away from my dogs. That it saddens me and brings me pain, because my wife is my best friend. She's been in my corner literally in my corner the last 15 years, been my manager. I've never signed with a major company, because the last time I signed with a big management company, they wound up getting more of my sponsorships than anything they ever got me. I've had my wife, who's a first grade teacher, her school, her principal, they've all supported me. And it's just been, more of a blessing on that, in that direction. So.
Right. Who, how you met your wife?
So I lived with a bunch of crazy Ukrainians, and when I first moved here, dude, I had a duffel bag, and I was leaving, and I still had that deep Southern draw. I telling my mama, "Yeah, I'm finna go be a UFC fighter," and I did. I fought Bellator, and I got a black belt in this. If bare knuckle was around when I had originally taken that duffel bag, I think I'd have got a lot further faster. But God's plan was training and being on that process. But I met her. God, I didn't deserve for her at the time whatsoever, but the roommate I had at the time had a jealous girlfriend. We were all a little bit younger, And she didn't understand that guys and girls could just be friends. So he said, hey, man, this girl, she's super sweet. She's one of the most amazing, kind girls you've ever met. Right. My girlfriend's jealous of her. She doesn't understand. We're just friends. Could you pretend to be her boyfriend? And I'm like, most kind, amazing, beautiful girl I've ever seen. You had me at hello. All right. So she did. She walked in. She's like, hi, my name's Maggie. I love my mom and 5-year-olds more than anybody in the world. And at this time, my son was 5, and I'm a permanent man, 5-year-old at heart. And I told her that. And I was like, well, that's going to work great because my son's 5, and I act like 5 forever. So, and yeah, we've been best friends ever since. She was finishing college for being a teacher. I love the way she loves children. I love the way she loves her family. Her family loves me. Her mom watches my fight after she knows I'm alive. Her dad comes to all my fights screaming, slinging beer. He's one of my best friends. We play golf and hang out. And
that's what's up, man.
Her grandpa died at 97 years old last Christmas, right after Christmas, and he was a huge fan of mine. I've dedicated a couple fights. And yeah, so she's just been I came here to Georgia alone, suffering, trying to become a fighter because that's what God needed me to do. And then he sent me an angel to love me, support me, even when I wanted to give up a couple times, man. She said no. At 37 years old, I almost retired. Stupid. I'm so much better, faster, stronger, and powerful. But she looked me in my eyes and she said, you did. I can't say what she said. I didn't marry no... You ain't done yet. God's got plans for you, okay? No, true story. And yeah, so yeah, that's how we met. That's who she is. And yeah, she's my best friend, dude. A big part of this. Y'all see her to the end of the career and then until I ain't here no more. So
that's a blessing, man. You always need a strong woman behind you. And that's real love and real support. And kind of when you said that, it made me think about the Lionel Richie song, Hello. Is it me you looking for? You know?
Yeah. It was.
Yeah, man.
My Tupelo honey.
Right. Who's the one fighter you'll fight again just to shut them up?
Pretty boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a dude that I fought in one of my last 3 MMA fights. And I went to get a leg lock, and he grabbed my arm and slammed me on my neck. And they gave me an early TKO. I was kind of but yeah, he was just an asshole, and I didn't like him, and he wasn't a good guy. Everybody else I've ever fought, I love you, and I'd fight you again for the money just because I love you. But yeah, that's the only one that I ever really, truly disliked. Just know I forgive you. I hope you go to heaven, but I still want a chance to beat you up. Right.
Who's ducking Joe Hitman 187?
Everybody. Everybody's ducking me because I'm scary as hell, dude. I love to fight so much. No, well, Bobby Taylor is not. Okay. There's a fight for BKFC. They've actually been asking for the fight. BKFC never offered to fight. They asked it to me before, so I could say everybody I know is scared of me except for Bobby because he has asked me for a fight 100 times. So mad respect to you. Everybody else, man up, bro. Man up, bro.
You ever think the referee ever saved somebody?
Hell yeah. You better. Because I ain't quitting until he does.
Really get hurt.
You better go to that referee before the fight, look him in his eyes, and say, I love you and Jesus. Please save me. One of you. Yeah. No, dude, I black out. My funny story, too. I remember when I first was deciding to come back, I was getting ready to fight Will Chope. I posted a video today. Anybody? I tried to knock this guy out. But before I went out there, I was a wrestler. I got a black belt in Taekwondo, got a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu from Master Hoyler Gracie. But I like to bang and fight.
Right.
And my wife looked at me before this bare knuckle fight, and she said, Joe, nobody can hug you this fight. This is me and you in an alley, and a man is trying to violate me, and you've just walked out and you've seen this. What are you going to do to him? Oh. She looked at me and she said, I want you to think about that when you look in his eyes before that bell rings. So every time I look at that man, I think he's trying to get my wife. And guess what? She's behind me in my corner for a reason. She's only a rope away from me and you, and there ain't nothing between us. So it's very easy to imagine you putting me on my back in front of her. It's not going to happen.
So Yeah, so he over there like this. Like,
yeah. So when I see that man knows, I can see holes through him. Everybody I ever fight is a piece of glass. Even if they have that power to do that, in my head they never do, because she's standing behind me and I can't let them get to her. But then that bell rings and the ref comes and it's over.
yeah, because like I said, I seen some of your fights, man, and y'all just keep going, pow, 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 like, whoa, you know.
It's a superpower. It's like getting you get hit and you don't drop. Speaking of rap song popping off, I put it on silent. But yeah, you just I don't feel nothing, and that's that moment. It's the adrenaline. So
right. Like, what's the hardest you ever been hit, and did you respect it?
Actually, the hardest I've ever been hit. He knows this. I've already said it. He was almost a bare knuckle champion for BKB, BYB now. Ryan Jett. We were fighting in LFA, and I trained to leg lock this kid because, again, I'm a leg lock specialist. I'm really good. Ryan Jett was 5-0 at the time for LFA, all first round knockouts. This kid hit like Mike Tyson with his straight right, though. What he had in that left hook, this kid was just, I mean, he could just touch you and power out. And the day before at weigh-ins, I'm always a character. He looked in my face in front of the cameras and the character and my wife and everybody there, and he said, "I'm going to knock you out." And he put his nose to mine. And in my head, I went from leg locking this kid like we had trained to going, I'm knocking him out. And again, in the third round, my wife come up to me. She looked me in my eyes. This guy, he'd poked me in my eye. And it was accidental. It was kind of like I kind of swerved and it went in. And then when he did, I was doing this, hold my eye, and he whap hit me right here. So after the fight, watch. I don't know if you can still see it, but it's a little bit of that Rocky Adrian moment. He hit me so hard that it collapsed my sinus cavity, tore my nerve in half. And for like 2 weeks when I drank, my lip wouldn't lift up at all. And yeah, so Ryan Jett, he deadened my face, and I couldn't feel my face for like 6 months because of that one punch.
He had a baby stroke.
Yeah. No, he split my nerve in half and tried to give me plastic surgery. Yeah, that's all right. We might get a rematch too. There was if he would have won his last fight, that might have been a rematch we got too. But
he lost.
Yeah, he lost to Cub Swanson, the champ right now. It was a great fight, and if you go watch that, amazing. This dude is a savage. If you ever want to see Joe Elmore versus Ryan Jett, it was a savage fight. You'll probably see the exact punch I'm talking about.
Check it out, people. Check it out. Yeah, it was like
I got my ass whooped for the first half of that fight because I was stubborn and didn't want to pull his leg off. I wanted to try to knock him out, and I broke his leg though. It's all right. I did knee bar him, yeah.
So I guess the fight he fought, he hit like Mike Tyson when he wore the thong.
Yeah. No, well, my wife looked at me at the end of the second round, and here's another true funny story. So this was the first fight my son had ever come to, and the promoter from South Carolina was asking my son who he thought was going to win, not knowing it was my son. He said, "My daddy is going to win." And the guy's like, "Oh, this is my guy, Ryan Jett. That's your dad. Your daddy's fighting my guy." They were sitting right up on cage side, and he goes, "Bet you a pack of Skittles," because my son had some M&Ms, peanut M&Ms. He goes, "Bet you the back of that peanut M&Ms versus that pack of Skittles that my guy beat your daddy." Oh, my God. My wife comes up to me in the second round. She goes, "I know you want to knock him out for what he did yesterday, but look out there." And I could see my son like this. And the dude, I can't remember the promoter's name. Yeah, I know you, though. He had the little blonde hair. He grabbed my son. He goes, "I'm going to get these Skittles." And my wife says, "Are you going to go out there and rip his leg off, or are you going to let your son lose his Skittles or M&Ms?" And I was like, oh, dude, my heart stopped. It was about 30 seconds in that round. I ripped his leg off thinking about my son losing his Skittles. So thanks for having Skittles, son.
Man, I can tell you got a good cut guy. Like, I know in boxing they call him cut guy. Whoever.
Savage cut guys now. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, I used to cut really easy. I have a really great doctor now. I've done some PRP, some vampire facial. I listened to my wife and went to the women. I have so much more respect for what you go through to be beautiful now. But yeah, I used to cut real easy. I've been taking some collagen supplements, and I haven't cut my last few fights, but I also listen to my wife and my coach and quit trying to headbutt punches. Right. But yeah, man, sometimes those cut guys will save your life. G-Man, also a fighter for bare knuckle. Thank you so much for the work you've done. Yeah, I've had a couple of good cut guys.
Right.
I know I need them.
See, they call me Tankhead Moe, and I was known for that because I used to headbutt people, but not to your level. You know, I just had a little neck and a big head. I couldn't control mine, so yeah. So I don't think I can deal with that type of headbutting.
Hey, yeah, it's better than chin button. Hey, chin down, head up.
Like, how do you know when a fighter is scared before the bell ring? Like, how do you know if a fighter really scared of you before the bell ring?
The eyes.
The eyes.
I mean, I'm not saying that like I can. Yeah, I can. I can see a weak man, a weak woman, a weak human through their eyes. I can see fear. Over time, I always compare it to Beethoven or a musician or like someone that's blind, has autism, but they can play the most beautiful piano and sing the most amazing song, but can't carry a single conversation or a sentence properly. Mm-hmm. For me, fighting, I have some kind of magical moment like a savant. Mm-hmm. And things just happen. I can imagine things and I can see things at a different pace when I fight. So it just, I don't know. Like I said, it's just very it's natural. Instinct. It's natural and calming for me in a way. What y'all see is like a tornado.
Right.
I see as a ride to work. Right? Like, I see the tornado coming. I'm like, finally, I was going to be late. And I'm in the middle going,
right.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Like most times when you think about fighting a person, right, you think about the big guy, like I won't run up to a big guy. But to me, it always been the smaller guys are the most dangerous guys. Like when it come to like fighting and stuff like that, it always be like the smaller guy that always had a good technique that can really.
Well, you got to.
Yeah.
Kind of. I think I was little. I was 4'11", 103 pounds my freshman year in high school. I wrestled 103, 119, 112. Senior year, I wrestled 152 because I wanted to be fat. I've always been the little guy. And I feel like if you're a little guy that runs his mouth, if you don't know how to fight, that's not I've been training my whole life to shut up or fight. So, yeah, I definitely have like a little man syndrome. I always wanted to fit in. I wasn't the tall guy. I had to jump higher to touch the rim. So it's kind of the challenge of life itself made me have to fight. Yeah, it was my own training course for sure.
Right. Yeah, and I which is a blessing. I heard you talk about your son a lot, and if your son came, Dad, I want to be a fighter too. So what?
No. You remember that talk about looking in the eyes? Yeah. Like, I did this so you didn't have to. No, I mean, I want him to be able to fight, but I want him to be able to fight to defend what he loves. One of my favorite sayings, Jordan Peterson, I believe, was where I heard it first. I'm not quite sure who said it, but don't call yourself a peaceful man if you're not capable of great violence. If you're not capable of great violence and choose peace,
right,
you're not a peaceful man. You're harmless. So I don't want my son to be harmless. But no, I mean, my son is smart. He's going to be a welder, and he's a good mechanic. But whatever he chooses to do, I'll support it. But yeah, no, I'm glad he doesn't fight. He's a great soccer player. He's 6 foot tall. I'm proud of that too. Because I'm not, obviously, unless I lie. But yeah, no.
I respect that. When you're on top of somebody and you raining punches, boo, 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 boo. Well, like, what are you thinking? Like when you just
in a fight, I'm thinking save him. The last real ground and pound before bare knuckle, I fought John Cobb. He was undefeated, I believe, like 7-0 at the time, and even the promoter was like, man, he's one of our fastest upcoming fighters, and da 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 da. And I was the underdog, and he had submitted one of my teammates, Robert Hell, with a arm bar in a fight, and in a vision I had in a dream, I always pray and I always thank God. I have a habit of writing a letter to thank God ahead of time for his victory, because there is no loss, even if I learn. So I just want to thank God for what he's going to give me the next week, the opportunity of everything he did. Amen. And in a vision, after writing my letter one night before I fought him, I saw myself pounding him out on the ground and him trying to armbar me. And it was a question they had asked me about the fight. And I said, I don't know, but he ain't going to armbar me. And honestly, in my head at that moment, again, time slowed down and I was thinking, please stop this fight. And I like, there's a part of me that wants to hurt somebody so bad, because that's what I'm having to do to get paid. But when time slows down and you're pounding on somebody, and I'm as viciously strong and incapable as I am, I'm hoping they either knock out or stop. Honestly, it's hard to describe the feeling of like excitement and joy knowing I'm fixing to win, but hoping that there's something that can stop this before he gets really hurt. And I have that sense, because after I hit him, I woke up and I was like, yeah, but he went and tried to stand up and fell back down. And wow. I instantly heard his mom go, "That's my baby." And like, it's in that still, I'm coming out of this tunnel of adrenaline. And I remember thinking, hurt him, don't hurt him, save him. Dude, it's probably 1 second. But in that moment, I felt like I looked at the ref twice, questioned him. But in the video, it's like, bah, 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 bah. Yeah, it's weird. Because looking back on it, it's just violent. But time has stopped, and I'm hoping it just quits. Yeah, for his sake.
Yeah, that I get it. Like I heard you give God a lot of things. Like ain't some things, some things that you thankful for. Like
everything. That's what's up. Everything. Like I said, without the vision. When I fell off that motorcycle, I should have died. I did. My heart stopped. I've had several things in my life that should have taken me out. And I believe, looking back now, a lot of people take time and they blame people, or they blame God. If God is real, why didn't he save me? Mm-hmm. And I always said the devil was real and he tried to take me out, but God had such a great purpose, he couldn't. Amen. I tried to help the devil out. I was the devil disguised his blessings, and I thought God was blessing me with good looks and girls and these things that meant nothing, that were going to go nowhere. And I almost died, and I could have had no life. I could have no fans. I could have no beautiful wife. I could have no healthy son that's not addicted to drugs. I could have so much worse. I could have so much more of not what I deserve, but we don't deserve anything, right? So, I'm just grateful for everything, and I'm beyond grateful. I'm super, super blessed. I mean, I got a wife that supports me. I got a family. Her family supports me. There's nothing I can name. Even last week, having a couple bad days. Speaking of which, we were on our way home from Florida at 3. My wife had to work. She's a teacher. Teaches up at 5 a.m. Sunday night. We came back from Florida. On the way back from Florida 3 weeks ago, when she was on break, my jet ski tire blew up, tore the fender. In the middle of the night, we decided to leave late. We didn't get back till 3 o'clock in the morning. She got up at 5, still went and taught. This time, 2 weeks later, we went down there to get our jet skis, put them under her mom's garage, get them all fixed up. On the way back, her car, same gas station. We were laughing past it and said, man, when he tried to take us out, her car, just hit 100,000 miles. Transmission sign came on. We're like, oh, my gosh, we're 52 miles out, 1 mile past where our car had just broke. We pulled over, cut the car off. I looked up. I said, God, please don't do this. My wife's got to be there with these kids in the morning. We got both our dogs in this car. I said, I don't care if I deserve to get home or not. Get my wife home. Please let us make it back. We made it back to Panama City. Her mom gave us her car. We transferred everything into her mom's car. We got back at 3 o'clock in the morning. I went and got her coffee at 5 a.m. at Dunkin' Donuts in the morning. She went and talked to them kids, came home, got a great day's sleep. There was no sorrow of that. That was God's blessing to get us home safe. The devil tried to stop us to get us to go there. So I just see life like that every day. Right. And that's just a normal day. So the powerful days, the fight days, the days I get to do podcasts, this is blessings,
It's a blessing, blessings. Man. Yeah, it's a blessing to have you here, man. I tell you, like, that's one thing is key, man, and I love the way you talk about family. And I love the way you speak about loving your wife and your son. That's very important, man. Like I feel it. Like when you saying that, I feel it. You know, and I love that about you. That's real. That's realer than real. Man. Like man.
Well, you know, I've seen guys in fight careers had girlfriends that told them it was stupid or told her to get a real job. There's been times I've told her I could do construction. I used to do insurance, roofing. I was working at a gym. I've hustled so many different things in my life, and my wife is the one that told me to stay focused. My wife is the one that's a blessing in general. My papa used to say a joke. He said, hey, if you could find a woman that can put up with you, marry her. If she loves you, that's a bonus. Right? Right. So my wife loves me and she puts up with me. It's man, right. Biggest blessing.
Yeah. Like, what is the dumbest way you ever spent a fight check?
Oh my God! All right, this was before my wife. My first pro fight here. People think about pro fighting and the way it is, but you start out on like a level where you fight for free, and you don't really fight for free. You pay to fight because you got to pay for your license, your doctor's visits, your gym, hours and hours and hours of a regular job, going to the gym, fighting for free till you're good enough to get somebody to pay you to fight, until you're good enough to get that promotion to get you off the local circuit, onto the regional circuit, onto the national circuit, onto the UFC or to the whatever. And ask me that question again. Ask me that. I lost train of thought in the middle of that one.
I said, what is the, like, it's basically how did you waste your first check?
Oh yeah, the dumbest way. Okay, here's why. So I've got this first fight, my first pro fight. I think it was $1,000 to show and $1,000 to win. And then I might have made $500 in training camp. I showed up to Wild Bill's to fight Sunny South. I had been fighting for a lady in Alabama. She brought me up here. And that night, I was late to weigh-ins. I didn't know that if you're late to weigh-ins on the pro circuit, you get fined. So I got fined like 20% of my fight purse. So I'm only making $1,000 if I win. I didn't win. So it was like a 30% check. I wound up with $750. There was the owner of Knuckle Up at the time wanted us to go to a party in a limo with him. We wound up at a strip club, and I spent all my fight purse. I actually left borrowing $150 from my opponent. We became best friends. I moved in with him. It was God's purpose. I know he didn't send me to the strip club. The devil did, but I learned my lesson. I was broke as hell, and I moved in with the guy that whooped my butt that night. Became best friends. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't have found my wife. Thank you, God, for the hard lessons as well. So yeah, that was the worst decision I ever made in my life. I've never done it again. But now I save that check and give it to my wife. That's why she's my manager. She gets paid first.
That's what's up. Yeah. Hey, you know where the money going.
Yeah. I don't do no more dumb stuff with my money.
All right, Joe, my brother. Welcome to the Tankhead hot seat with no gloves, no filter, just facts. You ready to get into it?
Let's go.
All right. What's more painful, a bare knuckle punch to the jaw or a heartbreak from your first love?
Heartbreak from your first love. Yeah. Lasts way longer.
Yeah. When did you realize you could actually make money from beating people up?
When my friends in high school tried to pay me to beat people up for them, for real facts. I had people try to trade me stuff because I was so tough, and I wrestled and did karate and stuff. Yeah, so I've always known I was going to make money fighting, I think, my whole life.
All right. What is the wildest street fight you had before you went pro?
Oh, man. Dude, I hate to admit this, but probably 100 fights. I had a bunch of friends that knew I could fight back in the day. We had little fight clubs and stuff. Oh, dude, I don't know. So freshman year in high school, it wasn't my first, sophomore year, because he was a freshman, Scott Freeman. He's one of my best friends now. We were going to try out for a soccer team. Him and his twin brother had just moved from California, and you know, in a small community, the football club, the baseball club, it's pretty tight. And Brett had played the previous year as a freshman. Well, because these two freshmen had moved there, one was a goalie and the other one was a superstar soccer player from the West Coast. They took his spot, and he didn't make the team. So he was trying to bully this new kid, Scott, who lived in my neighborhood, who I was friends with. Well, me and him decided we were going to fight instead of Scott because he was bullying Scott, bigger than Scott. I like to fight, so I started fighting him. We quit fighting because they said we were both going to get kicked off the team because I suck at soccer. I'm more the enforcer, if you can't tell. I mean, I could kick the ball really far, but I was not great at it. Anyway, we stopped fighting there. We went to school the next day. He said he whooped my ass the day before. That started a bigger fight. That was the time whenever we'd say meet at the Moose. The Moose was like a country club for the people that were in our town. They had, it was supposed to be a bunch of middle-aged guys that used to get drunk and leave their wives because you had to be in the club to get there. But there was a parking lot in the back where if you had a problem, that's where we met at the Moose at 3:30 after school. But obviously we tried not to talk about it in school so we didn't get suspended, and it was off grounds like by about a foot. And so we met at the Moose. I went to fight Hunter, but I wound up fighting Hunter Lunsford, Brett Hunsucker, and some other dude because I was whooping Brett so much that his brother started whooping me. Somebody pulled him off me. And then the resource officer, who was a huge fan of mine, come up there, looked me in the face as I ran past him with this like, oh my God, look in my face. And he just shook his head, and I was like, oh God, should I stop? And he just looked at me and did this, and I could tell. He said, keep going or I'm going to have to get you. And he did. He let me go, and I didn't get in trouble. He came to me the next day at school, and he said, you'd get suspended from wrestling, and I don't want to do that to your teammates. We're going to pretend that never happened. And I was just like, thank you, Officer Alexander. Thank you, Officer Alexander. I still remember your name for not getting me that day.
I know that's right. Be honest, you ever hit somebody and instantly thought, damn, I went too far?
I almost did. This is an almost situation. I don't get in a lot of fights. I don't go to a lot of places. I got a poker table at my house, ping pong table. I do a lot of stuff with a lot of black belts and friends and fighters that don't fight unless we're doing it for fun on Monday, Sunday, fun day church and punching each other in the face as hard as we can because we love it. But not for conflict. But I was at a bowling alley. I think it was Bowlaroo at the time before the famous baseball player Maddox bought it right up there on Kennesaw.
Great.
And a dude was there, and he had his employees there with him. I'm not sure what type of employees, but one of his employees, I was teaching kickboxing at the time at X3 Sports, and the guy was like, oh my God, it's Joe Elmore. This guy is such a badass. And the owner of this business was very tall and very intimidated by his employee just saying how badass I was. And I could tell he had already been drinking a whole lot before we got there. It was the glow-in-the-dark section, the adult-only part of what Bowlaroo was at the time. And I was like, oh God. He's pretty lit, and he didn't like the fact that his employee was giving me attention, telling everybody else that I was there. So I just tried to peacefully walk away. But I got back down to my little bowling place, and there was no bowling balls that were 10 to 13, and that's kind of my size. And so I had to go back down there, unfortunately, to get one. And he looked at me, and he says, asked if I can't get balls anywhere else. And I decided to go out and find balls somewhere else, way off down the other aisle, just to avoid this. But then when my wife goes to bowl, you've heard how much I love her and talk about her. He does this like grindy face directly at her. And I peacefully, kindly went over there and said, sir, this is not what you want to do. I was trying to save his life vividly because I am not very emotional and you can't get me to fight. But my wife was very, very not liking this uncomfortable moment. And that's where I draw my absolute line. And my friend Eric Moody, Professor Eric from Gracie Ball, thank you so much for knocking that bowling ball out of my hand, because I told him if he did it again that I was going to go over there and crack him in his face. And he did it again. I went over to crack him in his face. My wife decided to get between us because she didn't want me to crack him in my face. So I backed up to try to get her behind me. He went to poke my eye out because he had a nail like Freddy Krueger about this long. And I instantly went, slipped it like Floyd Mayweather. And I don't know how my fingers got in that bowling ball, but they did. And in slow motion, Eric Moody saved all of our lives. And he knocked it out of my hand. So that's my story of almost hitting somebody and regretting it, because I thanked God Eric Moody, Professor, did not let me crack him in his face, because he would have got bowling balled. Yeah, for sure.
What is one fight that replays in your head at night?
God, that's hard. All of them, man. I've had some beautiful victories. I hold the world record for the fastest omoplata finish versus Chike Lindsay. He was a 3-time world champion. I had no idea who I was even fighting at the time. I was not a good enough striker to be standing in here with him at that moment. And, I watched him kick a guy, break his arm in half, blocking a kick in Muay Thai World Championships 5 minutes before I fought. And having my wife there telling me that she walked by his room, looked in his eyes, and he was scared to death was the only thing that gave me enough confidence to black out and submit him. So that one still kind of plays in my head, because that was the first moment I went from who's this guy trying to fight here in Georgia to like, dude, he just beat GK. This is, oh my God. And I really did. I gained all the fans in Georgia to become kind of who I am. So that one's still, I can still remember that one. Or my knockout at Bellator. I knocked out Forrest Griffin's striking coach at Bellator, and I feel bad for that because that's such a great guy, and I didn't realize it gave him nightmares. We've made friends now, and he told me that fight gave him nightmares, but that was one of the greatest feelings I ever felt. I felt like electricity beamed out of my body, so I can still think about it and see my hair stand up. Yeah, so those two.
So if you find somebody and they swing and you break their arm, but the slap still go through like blind, they still slap you with the arm that's dangling, do you keep fighting them?
No, I carry them to the hospital and tell them what they did was wrong. Those are the funny moments where you teach bad guys a lesson. That's a true story. Last guy that I whooped at a bar, I took him to the emergency room. He joined my gym. He can fight now, though. He can fight now, though.
Oh, man. That concludes the Tankhead Hot Seat. Oh, man. It is an honor to have the one and only TheHitman187. Let the people know where they can find you. And
Joe Hitman187 at Joe Hitman187, all platforms. Joe Elmore. The only other one, my cousin, he does some power horse stuff, but you'll know either the guy with blood on his face, not with the big block engine car. And, just check it out. Support my fights. Support my career. I'm hoping to get the fight before December, because every year I donate 10% of my fight purse to help 5 families. I'm going to start my GoFundMe to provide at least 5 to 10 families with $500 worth of Christmas for people that can't afford it. If you see something, just support that too. And if not with me, support each other, love each other, have fun, and fight your own fight.
Yeah, people, and get out here and support Joe. It's Joe Hitman187 Elmore. Again, Joe Hitman187 Elmore. He's a hell of a fighter, people. Get out and support. It's about the truth, the jokes, the Tankhead way. Peace.
Appreciate you.
If you like this episode, please comment, like, share, and subscribe.